falling apart. I'm erasing you and I'm happy.
Have you ever wanted to erase your past? Or, at the very least, a hurtful part of the past? Keep watching and you'll find out that maybe, just maybe, it is possible. But to answer this question, let's embark on an exploration of the subject of revision. What is revision? Revision in this context refers to a technique where we consciously revisit our memories and intentionally reinterpret them or even reenact them in a more positive light. The idea is to modify our perception of past events, emphasizing positive aspects and diminishing negative emotions associated with them. By doing so, we can potentially heal trauma, improve our self-image, boost confidence, and even reshape our future outcomes. While revision techniques may sound like a self-help concept, there is a growing body of scientific research that supports its potential effectiveness. I found some notable studies that have explored the concept of memory reconsolidation and its implications for revision. One significant study conducted by Elizabeth J. Phelps explored memory reconsolidation. The study found that memories can be modified when they are retrieved, suggesting the possibility of altering our past perceptions.
The notion of reconsolidation is that every time you retrieve a memory becomes fragile and susceptible to change, as opposed to sort of memories being stored once and stable over time. In one way, we think of reconsolidation as a system that allows for the dynamic nature of memory. It allows us to update memories at the time of retrieval with information in the environment that may be relevant for their future use, rewriting in a way the memory so that it's no longer threatful.
In addition to memory reconsolidation, other studies have examined the phenomenon of memory distortion and the reconstructive nature of our recollections. Psychologist Elizabeth F. Loftus conducted pioneering research in this area, showing that our memories can be influenced and distorted by various factors, such as suggestion and misinformation.
Our memories are constructive. They're reconstructive. Memory works a little bit more like a Wikipedia page. You can go in there and change it, but so can other people. Our first study planted a false memory that you got sick as a child, eating certain foods, hard-boiled eggs, dill pickles, strawberry ice cream, and we found that once we planted this false memory, people didn't want to eat the foods as much at an outdoor picnic. The false memories aren't necessarily bad or unpleasant. If we planted a warm, fuzzy memory involving a healthy food like asparagus, we could get people to want to eat asparagus more. And so what these studies are showing is that you can plant false memories and they have repercussions that affect behavior long after the memories take hold. Just because somebody tells you something and they say it with confidence, just because they say it with lots of detail, just because they express emotion when they say it, it doesn't mean that it really happened. We can't reliably distinguish true memories from false memories. We need independent corroboration. Memory, like liberty, is a fragile thing.
So looks like changing what we remember from our past events or how we remember them is possible? Research by Dr. Karim Nader has focused on memory reactivation and updating. Dr. Nader's experiments have shown that when memories are reactivated, they become temporarily unstable or susceptible to change.
That when you have a new memory, it's initially in an unstable state. And then on the order of hours, it gets wired into the brain. Reconsolidation simply suggests that a memory that is stored, the synaptic representation of that memory will be theoretically unstored and has to be restored. What that means is then we can use reconsolidation as a time window. You can have a clinician with a patient and say, remember this trauma. And then as they remember the trauma, then the circuits that mediate that can go back to this unstable state. And if you have a tool that can block that, then you can shift the person. The implications are not just for memory pathologies. The implications are also for things like drug addiction, obsessive compulsive disorder, and whatnot.
Another influential study conducted by Dr. Schacter a prominent memory researcher, explored the phenomenon of constructive memory. The research demonstrated that our memories are not perfect replicas of past events, but are rather reconstructed and influenced by various factors such as expectations and emotions.
When you recall a memory, it's not just simply a readout. You've got to store that memory or consolidate that memory all over again, and the memory at that time can be vulnerable to changes from outside influences. So there are lots of points along the way where a memory can be distorted or changed.
Tony Robbins has spoken extensively about the power of reinterpreting past events and reframing them to empower oneself. He believes that by changing our perspective on the past, we can transform our beliefs and create a more positive self-image. Psychologist and author Dr. Dispenza, whose work combines neuroscience, epigenetics, and spirituality, also emphasizes the importance of revisiting and revising memories to break free from limiting beliefs. Neville Goddard, a renowned author and lecturer, explored the concept of revision and its potential for restructuring our past memories. He believed that our interpretations of the past events, rather than the events themselves, play a crucial role in shaping our beliefs and subsequent actions. Through the practice of revision, we have the ability to consciously revisit these memories and modify our perception of them, leading to a transformation of our present circumstances and the creation of a desired future. Goddard talked about vividly experiencing the revised version of the past as if it were happening in the present moment. By immersing ourselves in the feeling of the desired outcome, we imprint new thought patterns in our subconscious mind. With consistent practice and a firm conviction in the power of the mind, revision can bring about profound shifts, transform our present reality, and manifest a desired future. Here's what Neville Goddard said about revision.
Whenever you do in your imagination that which you would like to do in the outer world, that you will do in the outer world. The one requisite is to arouse your attention in a way and to such intensity that you become wholly absorbed in the revised action. You will experience an expansion and refinement of the senses by this imaginative exercise, and eventually achieve vision in the inner world. The abundant life promised us is ours to enjoy now, but not until we have the sense of the Creator as our imagination can we experience it. Persistent imagination, centered in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, is the secret of all successful operations.
So basically, set aside dedicated time for reflection, choose a quiet and comfortable space where you can focus on revisiting your memories without distractions. Calm and peaceful environment may help. Next, identify specific memories that you believe have had a significant impact on your self-image. Just to be safe, maybe it's a good idea to start with less emotionally charged memories and gradually move towards more challenging ones. As you revisit each memory, consciously choose to reinterpret it in a more positive light to create a more empowering narrative. It's important to approach this process with self-compassion and understanding. Remember that the goal is not to deny or invalidate your past emotions, but to make your personal story more powerful. Since our perception of the past is predominantly constructed through the lens of our memories, which, as studies show, are undeniably susceptible to change, memory serves as a critical link between our present selves and the events that have shaped our lives. However, it's far from an accurate and objective record. As time passes, our memories undergo a process of reconstruction influenced by our evolving beliefs, perceptions, and the information we encounter. Today's journey has revealed that we have the ability to intentionally modify our memories. If we can indeed modify our memories, it means that we can also modify our version of the past. After all, the past we know and the past that has shaped us into who we are is the one stored in our memories. It is the only past we have access to. In essence, the fluidity of memory allows us to practically change our perception of the past through memory revision. This not only impacts our understanding of ourselves, but also influences our relationship with the world around us. In conclusion, our memories, being the primary source of our perception of the past, are not fixed. They undergo constant reconstruction and are subject to modification. We do have the capacity to intentionally modify our memories and, as a result, shape our perception of the past. Why not take the driver's seat in the process? There are numerous tutorials on how to approach the process of revision out there. If you decide to explore revision techniques, remember to approach them with an open mind and realistic expectations. Embrace the power of self-reflection, reinterpretation, and the potential for personal transformation. Until next time, take care and continue to shape your reality with self-compassion.